All right, thanking the Lord for so much. Hope everybody's still doing well. Giving a great shout out as always to the YouTube family. Hope and pray y'all still doing well. And big shout out to you, Ron, on this video. He was talking about the white horses. It's funny you asked me about this question because I was just telling somebody about this yesterday, how Satan always try to imitate everything the Lord do. So I want to title this video, Ron, Wrong Horse, Wrong Rider. Wrong horse, wrong rider. Now we're going back to Revelation chapter 6, verses 1 and 2. And then we're going to move on to Revelation 19, verses of 11 through 16. And I got my screen up with the scriptures on there. First of all, I always like to say this. Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, if you notice closely, he always try to imitate everything the Lord do. Because you got Jesus, the Christ, then you have Antichrist. Even Lucifer, if I'm not mistaken, I think it means morning star. And then what we are talking about in this video, we see the white horse that Christ comes in on Revelation 19. But we also see another white horse in Revelation chapter 6, which a lot of people get confused behind because they be saying, oh, that's Christ right there. But no, you don't stop right there. You got to keep reading. So I want to call this video once again, Wrong Horse, Wrong Rider. Because Satan is coming to conquer. He wants everybody to bow down and worship him. So this is the whole confusion about why people think the devil is this beast with horns and looking all crazy. Well, I'm going to say this off top. If Satan is coming claiming to be like God, then it lets you know that Satan, some kind of way, got to look like God. He got to look pretty and convincing as he is. That's why the Bible teaches us to be wise as the serpent, but be harmless as doves. Satan is very wise. And he's not coming in here looking like no ugly beast with thorns in his head. The Bible teaches us that Satan will come pretty looking. Because I don't know about y'all, me and my belief, how can something ugly convince me that that is Lord, the Lord? You know, when God created such beautiful things, Satan was God's, I mean, come on, that was God's creation. He was one of the most beautiful angels ever created. He was the chief musician. The Bible goes into details about how beautiful Satan is. So I just wanted to say that first before we get into this. And I'm going to try not to make this long. So let's go to Revelation chapter 6, verses 1 and 2. Wrong horse, wrong rider. And it says in verse 1, and I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, come and see. Now remember, this is John also. And I always like to say this too. This is not the revelation of John. This is the revelation of Jesus Christ. This is revelation, which means to reveal. This is the end. And now we see what John is recording. Verse 2 says, and I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given to him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. What is he going to conquer? He's trying to conquer the whole world. That's not Christ right there. That is the Antichrist. That is Satan and his people, whatever you want to call it. That's not Christ. So don't get confused when you see white horse. Well, he's trying to imitate Christ. He's coming to conquer. This is why I always say the seals have already been opened, but not all of them. That's why I say the horses arrive. Whenever you look at the other video, you see about starvation and everything I was talking about when the horses was coming. Now, that's Christ. That's Antichrist once again. That's not Jesus Christ right there in Revelation chapter 6, 1 and 2. Now, let's fast forward to where we see Jesus Christ. Now, Revelation 19, verses 11 through 16. 11 says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. Sounds just like the other scripture, don't it? But it's a difference. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Well, what does that mean? That's Jesus Christ right there. That's the horse you want to hear about right there. He's coming to make war. See, I always tell people like this, big brother. When he rode in on that donkey, if you want to call it a donkey or whatever, back then, you know, that symbolizes peace. That's why Christ did what he did. He got on the cross. I mean, he died for all of us. But when you ride in on the horse, see, when you ride in the horse, on the horse, that means to make war. That's why he's coming in on that white horse. Notice he ain't coming in on no donkey. And he ain't coming to be nice. He's coming to get back what's supposed to be his anyway. That's why the Bible teaches us that Satan is the prince of this world. Because he have to do all he can to try to get everybody to fall with him. But we notice that Christ comes in on that white horse. See, he ain't coming back to be put on the cross, people. That's done happen. He done conquered death. Now, verse 12 says, his eyes were as flame of fire, and his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew, but he himself. No man knew, but he himself. See, Satan can try all he can to imitate. He tried to imitate. I mean, he does it. He's doing his job. But when you study closely, Christ is not going to be defeated. No. See, we serve a God that ain't lost now battle, people. I thank God for Christ being on that cross, even though he wanted that cup taken away from him, but just because Jesus being so obedient, he went through with it. Good God Almighty, for all of us. Now, verse 13 says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God. See, that's the names we look for. See, Satan, he couldn't get that deep. And then 14 says, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. We wonder why we always see white. And when you think about Christ when he rides in, it's a big difference between when the devil rides in, because the devil sat on him with a bow and the crown. See, he had a crown given to him to go forth conquering. But when you look in verse 11, Christ sat upon his horse with faithful and true. And he's coming to judge. And Christ had his crowns, but the name that was written on Christ, no man knew, but he himself. See, that's how you recognize the difference. And then 15 says, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, and with it shall smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. There it is again. And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty God. And finally, verse 16 says, and he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. See, remember one time, I believe in Revelation, it talked about the Lamb. Looked like the Lamb. Satan was trying to look like the Lamb also, but what was coming out his mouth was blasphemy. That's how we knew that wasn't Christ either. See, what comes out of the Lord's mouth? Oh, what did he tell? What did he tell that old devil when he was in the wilderness fasting for 40 days and 40 nights? He said, man does not live off of bread alone, but every word that comes out of the mouth of the Father. See, Satan was throwing those scriptures at Jesus. He knew Jesus was fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. Jesus was being tempted by the devil. Oh, but how the devil had to be gone. See, Satan knows this word, people. Don't let it fool you. Satan knows this word. Satan knows the worship. Satan can outpray you and outpraise you. You better be careful when you let that devil in just a little bit, because he'll take over. Oh, hallelujah. It's a song that say, don't let the devil ride. Because if you let him ride, he might just go on and drive. And once you start letting the devil drive, you in bad shape. Wrong horse, wrong rider. The horse we looking for is in Revelation 19, Revelation 19 verses 11 through 16. That's the true and faithful. That's the Lord himself riding in, not to be pretty with people, but coming in. Oh, I always like to say when the Lord come in with his posse, see, you got Satan and the Antichrist. You notice what he do. You got Satan, then you got his followers. When Satan left heaven, he took a third of heaven with him. He got his fallen angels. Some might say, well, you saying Satan is earth. His spirit ain't never left. But then you see Jesus Christ, I like to say, the Lord with his posse, when he come in riding. Oh man, see, the devil makes war with the saints. But we see that the devil is defeated. Hey people, the victory is already won. Wrong horse, wrong rider. You ain't looking for that horse in Revelation 6. That's not Christ. If you falling for that horse, then the devil got you. But if you wait and hold on to that horse in Revelation 19, that's the horse that you want to see right there. If we are around in them days, I don't know when we're going to lead it up. I don't have all the answers, people. But I know what the words say. If you fall for that first horse, you're going to be in bad shape. Because that's the whole thing of this one world order. The devil trying to get everybody to worship him. And he's going to have many with him. I can't tell you how many going to fall. I can't tell you how many have already fallen. That's why I like talking about real stuff. What's going on already. You got to get past these feel-good sermons, people. I'm not knocking no preacher, trust me. I'm not knocking nobody. But you got to get to the part where you start getting on the meat and get off that milk. And I know everybody are different. But some people have been talking about the same thing for years. That's the only reason I'm saying is you talking about all this other stuff, but you never talk about what's going on right now. When you look at Revelation, it's being revealed. The prophecies are being fulfilled. From earthquakes on down, you see what's going on. So why skip over Revelation is my question. You can't skip over the end. Why teach the beginning and don't teach the end? Study people to show yourself approved. Let no man deceive you. God bless you and God keep you. Wrong horse, wrong rider. You're looking for the rider, the faithful and true rider in Revelation 19, brother. I hope that could help you out, man, and God bless.